We are doing a live stream. I am in Austin, Texas, and it doesn't look like I'm in Austin, Texas, because there's just this wall here behind me, as some of you guys have noticed from a video earlier this week, that there's been a little change in scenery, and I just decided I wanted to kind of just do a live kind of hangout and chat with you guys, and just kind of talk about what's been going on. We got a huge shipping delay. There's very little stuff coming out right now. There's I have a Halloween painting contest going on Discord right now, and there have been 0 entries into that right now, and so that's an interesting thing. You guys noticed there was no double critical this past weekend. Might not be able to. Welcome to Texas. Thank you. I used to live here in Texas. I was stationed in Texas when I was in the Army, and so I'm in Austin. Was doing a training course, and I'm all finished up, and I'm flying home tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? Everybody in chat. We got a couple of folks checking in from Ohio. All right, what's going on, Ohio? Is the humidity just as good as you remember? It's not very humid. Texas was always way dry. I live in Florida, so I don't think there's anywhere in the entire United States that's more humid than Florida. Speaking of which, I need to get my snack. I'm gonna hang out with you guys, and I'm gonna snack it. I'm gonna snack a little bit. I got my Reese's pretzels and some water. But yeah, so I've been up here for a while. I was stationed at Fort Hood for a long time. Yeah. I was stationed at Fort Hood for about 6 years. So I used to come up to Austin from time to time, but that was a long time ago. And I didn't really do anything because I still have young ones at home that are too young to be vaccinated just yet. Although hopefully the kids' vaccination will be available soon. So I didn't want to go downtown into the city and then do a whole bunch of stuff. So I've been mostly hanging out, keeping to myself, playing Hearthstone. There's a new mode for Hearthstone now. So I've been much of a homebody this whole week. And because I'm trying not to, bring anything back home with me, COVID related, because I don't want to end up getting the kiddos sick. Even though I'm vaccinated, the risk to me is extremely low because of that. But yeah, I don't want to spread it. So soon though, man, I'm really hoping by Halloween we got the kids' vaccines going, and then I'll be able to have a lot more ease. Because I would have loved to have gone around to some game stores here. I used to travel for work a lot more. I used to do more. I've even done battle reports with people in different cities and stuff when I'm, going somewhere, and that's a fun thing. I brought lists and stuff like that when I would travel for work, and but it's a fun thing to do. If you can, I advise you to try some barbecue. Yeah. So I haven't even been eating much. I'm a little bit actually outside of Austin, and there's not much nearby around here. It's mostly only fast food places. So I might do some Uber Eats. I might get a little barbecue later on tonight. You're also in Austin for work this week. What are the odds? There you go. Not that high, but yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so it's been a long week. Because I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to travel just yet, but we're trying to make the most of it. And but yeah, it's been pretty good. The airline was actually pretty interesting, having to wear a mask the whole time I was in the airport and on the airplane, and everything was it was a long time without being able to take a breather, So that was frustrating. But we're going home tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and stay away from the kids and family for a couple of days while I get tested and make sure that all the coast is clear. We got a super chat. What's going on? We got a super chat from Jason Adkins. What's going on, Jason? Thank you for the support. Jason says, haven't been on Discord much. There's been super busy. Glad to be able to catch a stream. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. If I do a double critical this weekend, it's probably not going to be like my normal format. I might be doing it from the garage or something like that. I might try and do one Sunday. But I don't have any videos live to go ready tomorrow morning, so I just wanted to do a live chat and hang out. I just there's been like no new content come out, and I haven't really been able to make much in the way of videos since I've been on the road so much, and been very, very busy. We've had some late nights of training and stuff, and I've just been kind of exhausted with everything. So. And plus, I mean, we were supposed to get some rules, the big rules update errata for Legion. That's still like in waiting. And you've been watching my Padme vids. Yeah, I think Padme's gonna be pretty cool. I wasn't gonna post that battle report just yet, but I just kind of like ran out of content. So I went live a little earlier. Austin is your Dagobah, right? Dude, I love these things. The Reese's pretzels, my goodness, they're crazy good. So yeah. Hi, Crabbok. Hey, Crabbok, you are so awesome. Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, you are awesome. Actually, you are awesome. But hopefully, you guys are doing all right. Have you been playing any games this week? You got anything planned? Oh man. I picked up a second copy of Star Wars Rebellion because my copy is getting worn out, and so I'm not sure. I might end up painting Rebellion, like since I have two sets now. So even if I screw it up, I still have one unaltered. You know, I'm thinking of doing stuff like that. But so I did that before I left. But then the other thing too is like there's a lot of stuff like I usually like get inspiration by doing painting or being able to go play games in person, and just being away from everything is harder to to do reviews or unboxings or stuff. I've still got stuff sitting in the garage that needs attention. I got a lot of stuff that still needs painting. A lot of that. But I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. You're about to play some Armada with a buddy, finally. Very cool. Dude, I wish I could play games like Armada and Legion and Rebellion and Twilight Imperium, and I wish I could play games like almost every day. Oh, let's see. Jason says, speaking of games, my 8-year-old is wanting to play Ankh. We've been loving playing the Fallout board game. Well, Ankh is going to be definitely different than the Fallout, because Fallout's a little bit cooperative. Ankh is a head-to-head game, and it's very Euro. Like there's no dice rolling in it. It's very like area control and strategic and planning and there's a little bit of head-to-head kind of bluffing that kind of goes into it too. Ankh is a really good game. I like it. I think as a 2-player game more so than as more than 2, just because there's a mechanic in there where basically there's player elimination, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like basically, 2 players can like merge into a more powerful player, but really what ends up happening is of those 2, whoever was farther along the victory point track gets control. So the player basically gets eliminated and gives a bonus to the next higher up person. Like it's a cool idea, but it's just it's not for me. But yeah, Ankh is a real fun game. I mean, and you can still play it and have a good time with more than 2. So let's see. Kyle says, when did you get into tabletop games, and with what games? Well, let's see. We've got an Ahsoka question too. When did I get into tabletop games? Well, I mean, I'll start using modern tabletop games as a little bit of an example, because I had I think we all played certain board games like Monopoly and Stratego, or maybe not Stratego, chess and checkers, and a lot of those early games, Chutes and Ladders and stuff like that. We all played games like that as kids. But with modern tabletop gaming, my first game was X-Wing. I saw Will Wheaton playing it on Tabletop when he had Seth Green on there, and they were having a really great time. So I really loved watching them play, and thought to myself, like, this is like the coolest thing ever. And so I ended up getting a couple of ships and joined started playing at Sci-Fi City, and through that I met some other people who kind of introduced me to more and more tabletop games. And I think my first non-X-Wing game, a modern game, was Dominion, which is a really great deck builder. It's a very kind of like the godfather of all other deck builder games. And then we just kept going, and try a new game every other week or something like that, and it was pretty cool, and it was really cool experiencing all the different games that were out there. And I mean, honestly, there's so many really, really mainstream games that I haven't played, and a lot of that's just that I got into the hobby a little bit later, and that I kind of already have a full plate, right, between being heavily invested in the Star Wars tabletop games, and also having 3 kids and a YouTube channel and a full-time job on top of that. I don't have as many days to go out and try a new game, so there's less and less chances for that, and it's also was something I did a little bit more before COVID. Also, we used to have gaming parties and big gaming get-togethers more often. And so it's still something that since we're starting to get over this next hump, it looks like that stuff might start up again. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to play more games. I've got some Kickstarter stuff that's coming too. I think Great Wall is shipping really soon, or maybe is shipping as we speak. I don't know, but that's an interesting one from Awaken Realms. Let's see what else is shipping soon. The newest Marvel United just showed up, and so that one was fun too. That one was really good to play with the kids. That's like one of the best ways that I actually get a lot more tabletop games into, is playing with the kids. Rick asks, what version of Ahsoka Tano do you think we'll get in Legion? Well, I think we'll get kind of a hybrid first. There's at least 3 different versions that we could get, and you could definitely argue for more than that. But I think there's 3 versions that are most prominent, and which is little kid Ahsoka, i.e. Clone Wars movie, Clone Wars Season 1. Teenage Ahsoka, closer to kind of Clone Wars Season 6 and 7. And, well, was she even in Season 6? So Seasons 5, 6, and 7, right? Or 5 through 7. And then there's adult Ahsoka from Star Wars Rebels. I think those are the 3 main versions of Ahsoka that are probably most common and or most recognizable. What I think you can easily get away with, and there's more versions of Ahsoka than that. You've also got live action Ahsoka with Rosario Dawson. You've also got old Ahsoka, Sage Ahsoka from the Star Wars Rebels series finale. You've got another version of old Ahsoka from like Ahsoka's vision of the future. When we were on that planet with the brother and the sister and stuff like that, the Ashla, so like you've got all these different versions of Ahsoka, and then of course there's some in between versions as well. But I think what they'll end up doing, I think we'll probably get 2 versions in Star Wars Legion. Yeah, Mortis is the planet. Thank you. really, really interesting episode too, right? Or whole story arc. Really, really cool story arc. The I think what they'll end up doing is kind of doing a hybrid Clone Wars Ahsoka, where it's kind of a model that, and maybe it'll be a two-headed model, but basically they'll be going for probably an Ahsoka that could pass for kind of like a season 3-ish Ahsoka, that maybe could pass as like a season 5 or 5 through 7 Ahsoka, also kind of depending on which head sculpt you decide to go with or whatever. Like I think she'll have like the kind of the medium length Leku, not the really long Leku, and you know, and I think she'll have the backwards sabers kind of stance, you know, and I think that's what I don't think they'll give her like blue. Well, I mean the color of the sabers doesn't matter, right? Because it's a model. You can paint whatever color sabers you want. When do we get unboxing videos for the Kashyyyk wave? Oh my god, we'll talk about that in a minute. But to finish up with Ahsoka, I think we're gonna get I think we're gonna get just the one version. You know, and we could get 2 for Clone Wars, but I think what makes sense is to do like a closer to the kid Ahsoka, and you could easily do a Commander Ahsoka for Clone Wars also at some point. But I think we need operative Jedi. Well, need is a relative term, but I think there's a big opening for operatives in the Republic who aren't Padme and R2-D2. I think that would actually be really cool if we started getting really cool operatives. Then that would maybe put pressure on Padme, since Padme is so good. You know, like if you had Ahsoka and then you had some other like Quinlan Voss and other really powerful Jedi that could serve as a really great operative function for the Republic, then you know if you and make them so that you can potentially run Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka and Anakin Skywalker and maybe another, like, oh gosh, that with Padme would be kind of crazy though, wouldn't it? That'd be really cool. But yeah, they could easily also do like save the kind of 5 through 7 version of Ahsoka for Commander, because she did kind of lead she was in command, right, for the siege of Mandalore. So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity to do Ahsoka with 2 different versions for the Republic. But they could easily just say, you know what, we'll just do a hybrid one that's going to be kind of the operative one, and maybe make it to where the tendrils are a little bit longer, her Leku are a little bit longer. Not Leku, right? They're called something else, like mandibles or something like that. Not mandibles, but yeah, I think we'll kind of get a little bit closer to like maybe season 3-ish Ahsoka for Clone Wars as an operative. But I think the adult Ahsoka goes to the Rebels. If Rebels definitely need more Jedi, Ahsoka is Fulcrum Ahsoka is perfect for the Rebellion. And Montrals, thank you. Leku is for Twi'lek, actually. Now, granted, a lot of people will just kind of think any kind of head tails are Leku, but Montrals are for the Togruta, whereas Leku are for the Twi'lek or Twi'lek. But yeah, so, all right, cool. All right, good deal. See, my viewers keeping me straight. All right, these are the best pretzels ever. This is not a sponsored video. Not brought to you by Reese's. I'm just... But Kyle says, have you read the High Republic stuff? Is it worth checking out? Yes. I love the High Republic. That's what I should have done a video on, High Republic. And that would take some notes. I'd have to kind of coordinate the books and stuff, but it's good. All right. All right, let me go back. Because I had a question about a lot of comments that I missed. I appreciate you guys, though. Thank you. Trung asked, when will you get unboxing videos for the Kashyyyk wave? So, there's a global shipping crisis right now. And the Kashyyyk wave is very, 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 very far away from making its way into my hands. So I don't know if I'll get my hands on anything from the Kashyyyk Wave this year. It doesn't look like it. The current release date is like December 31st or something like that, which seems to me like it's code for not this year, but let's push it back as far as we possibly can. You know, so yeah. So I don't think I think they'll probably be coming first quarter 2020. Yeah, shipping is crazy right now, man. And I don't pin it on any one person. I think COVID had a lot to do with it. I would wager that there's probably some things that could be done to fix it, but it might mean that somebody loses a profit. Somebody somewhere is getting rich off of this whole situation. I promise you that. Some dude with a boat who's like, "Hey, I'll bring your stuff over there." You know? Yeah. Well, it wasn't just the Suez Canal. Because we already had a situation before that. But yeah, that obviously had a lot to do with it, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, gaming's struggling right now. So this is all the more reason why it'll be. Are we back? Are we back? Oh, we're back. Okay. All right. Whoa. We are. All right. Well, that was weird. Why everything froze. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had a little bit of a crash. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear me or not, but I couldn't hear or see anything. So, yeah, sorry about that. But let's see, what did I miss? What did I miss? Comms jammer, yeah. So what I wanted to say was that's a good reason why this it's so important for us to get like this latest rules update or in this errata first, like a game like Star Wars Legion, because now all of a sudden with just a single PDF, now we have like a whole new game, you know? Yeah. This is why Crabbok always brings ECMs. I actually hardly ever bring ECMs. Just joined. What way are you in Texas? I don't know what that question actually meant. Why am I in Texas? I'm on, and so I have I had a class I had to attend here, so I've just been in Austin for training for a week or so. I'm going home tomorrow, so, and I just ran out of steam for making videos, so I wanted to just do a live chat for tonight because I don't have a video ready for tomorrow, and I might not for Saturday either. So I may just go live periodically and over the next couple of days until I kind of get back home, get back in my normal routine, and start working on some more videos. So I kind of wanted to kind of talk about that with some, manage some expectations a little bit, since there really hasn't been any new big news come out, and I think we're still a little ways away from it. I'll probably go live again on Sunday. We'll probably do another double critical. So I think that is on the agenda. Let's see. Just talk about what you love. That's what I tend to do. Has anybody watched Squid Game yet? This is what I did when I was in Texas. I wanted to stay away from catching COVID or anything like that, so I didn't go out much. And I watched all of Squid Game. So I'm caught up on that now. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it. But it was good. Do you have any favorite Legion faction? It's weird because I want it to be the Rebels. I want my favorite Legion faction to be the Rebels, but they don't have the units that I really want for the Rebellion just yet to make the Rebels my favorite faction. More often than not, I think it ends up being the Empire. But I want it to be also the Republic. Like, I think I painted, as far as the miniatures are concerned, it's probably the Empire overall. I often want it to be the Republic just because I like the way that my minis came out. I like the way a lot of my clones looked. I just like what I started getting into my groove. I started kind of, I think my painting ability jumped up another level by the time the Clone Wars came out. Very far from where it was when the core set initially came out for Legion. So my Stormtroopers and Rebel Troopers look much worse than the clones do by comparison. So when I look at my clones and even my B1 battle droids and stuff, I'm like, man, those are good core units. You know, I did better with basing also. And I just did better overall. Just the painting, the washes, some of the effects I put on some of the guys, the basing, all of it. It's just they're just better miniatures to field. On top of, you know, especially with the hard plastic and all that stuff too, for the B1s. But so I think once the Empire gets hard plastic reprints, if I got like all new Stormtroopers that were like a better quality and I painted them up really nicely, I'd probably be permanent Empire. Even though they're not my favorite faction as far as the lore, like I still want to root for the Rebels. Like I want to root for like Luke Skywalker. I want to team Luke Skywalker up with Ahsoka so bad. But then I also want Kanan and Ezra. I want like the Palpatine, not the Palpatine. I'm reading Palpatine as I'm saying. I want the Rebels crew, the Ghost crew. Palpatine did nothing wrong. It's funny, if you type something on the screen, sometimes I will just say it without blame Disney, without even, you know, seeing what's going on. And then Fulcrum Ahsoka would be perfect, and I just keep reading things without even thinking about it. You know, did you catch what I did there? No, it's funny stuff. Thrawn! Oh my gosh, Thrawn would be incredible. I'd love to see Thrawn show up. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I just wanted to do a short little stream, say hi, and there won't be a video tomorrow, but maybe Saturday I'll try and get back on this, start working on content again. Might be able to get Double Critical ready to go on Sunday, but it'll be weird. But basically, I got to go back home, and then I got to kind of quarantine until I can get tested and kind of cleared, and then, you know, so even though I go home, I still can't hug my kids the first day. So, but we're getting closer, and then I'll be back in the groove here probably early next week with doing you know, daily videos again and all of that good stuff. So I will talk to you guys soon. I want to thank you for hanging out, and always remember, your underwear go on before you put your pants on, not the other way around.